So how's life been and how you been, man?
Life's been really good. Just been keeping busy. Filmed another season of Wild 'N Out. Did a couple movies, and then I got this Nun battle coming up this weekend.
Okay, you being a battle rapper and you doing filming Wild and Out, how are you able to manage both of those things?
It's two separate things for me. So battle rap takes a different energy. It's to me battle rap is a lot more work because I have to prepare. Let's say probably 4 minutes, like 12 minutes of material memorized, and we only get one chance to do it. It's a tough crowd. There's someone battling against me. While and out, we go up there and we spit a couple bars. We think of one joke or so. We do film a lot of episodes in a row, but it's a lot more relaxed environment, so it doesn't really take out too much energy for me. And then the films is pretty easy, because we're used to memorizing minutes of material at a time for dialogue. So a couple lines here and there is light work.
Most people can't do that, man. But shout out to you though. I know, I'm a huge fan of you. You're one of my favorite battle rappers of all time. I think you get overlooked a lot.
Thank you.
Um, in 2022, man, you said that you want to be outside more. Why now compared to last year? You weren't even battling that much.
I just felt like this was the year to make a champion of the year run. It's a lot easier to get looked at champion of the year if you're doing URL battles. So I signed a URL contract. I have a bunch more battles coming up this year. And, I was a little upset last year. I lost the title match and I took probably like 9 or 10 months off. But I think I battled Real Deal last year, Poe Rich, and Pose, and Oops on the Riot. So I ended up doing four battles, but it was just, mad spread apart. I did like three battles in the last like few weeks of the year.
Yeah.
But this year, I just feel like I get overlooked. Like you said, I've never been mentioned for champion of the year in the 5 years it's happened, for, even in the top 10 or 20. So I'm like, man, I definitely have the skill to do it. Let's put in the work this year and make it happen.
Yeah, I think you have been making noise this year, though, man. Because I talked to some of my media friends, and they say, "Hey, Charron, he's in the mix for champion of the year, especially what he's put together in 2022. You like how everything is um standing out right now from what you've done so far."
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm just competing with myself. Like, I can't control what other people do. So I'm not even going to be upset if someone else wins because there's so many good battle rappers out there. But I
Mm.
just want to have the best year possible that I could do. And I'm happy, I've done the JC battle, Danny Myers, T Top, and then I had a compliment battle. I know no one's seen it because it's not out yet. It was with a
Roan, right?
yeah, it was with Roan's League, or with Barstool and Sling TV, I believe it's called. And it was a three rounder, so it counts. And like I went off on that compliment battle. It was different. Like
Mm.
it was more humorous, less bars, but I understood the assignment and did the compliment. So
Okay.
this none battle will be like the fifth battle, and we're in May. So I really think I could close off the year with 12 battles, equal like one a month, and make sure like they're all solid performances.
Now the rest of the way is gonna towards finishing up 2022. Is it just going to be all URL battles?
I want to probably get in like three or four more URL battles. That'd be dope. I want to do a GTX battle. I want to do. There's this league called Rap Committee in Cleveland. Uh, I definitely want to do another battle with them. They're looking on booking me this year. So yeah, I think it'll be a mix of URL and some other leagues.
Looking forward to it, man. Obviously, uh, one thing that we know that you're great at, man, is freestyling rebuttals, man. What made you got so comfortable with the rebuttals throughout your career?
Yeah, I actually started off as a freestyle rapper before I was a written rapper. Like I didn't write a bar for years when I first started. Like I just started off in high school and I would just freestyle cipher, freestyle battle people for fun. And I don't think I wrote my first bars until I was in King of the Dot. Even my first battle against Sandman, I was just freestyling all 3 rounds. I had a couple like pre-meds and stuff, but I didn't have like a structured written round. But as the competition got harder in King of the Dot, I had to write to keep up with people. So I was just used to freestyling and stuff. Like it just kind of was natural to me.
So the rebuttal that was crazy to me, it happened this year, between you and Danny Myers. I had him on the show last week, and I brought it up to him, and he didn't know about the coin toss that that he won the coin toss. Did you had any idea about that when it came to that coin toss?
Yeah,
Like,
I
were
mean
you?
the coin toss happened, and I knew I lost the coin toss, but like as a joke because Danny's good at rebuttals, I'm good at rebuttals. So I just looked at him really confidently and said it was on you. Like, but it was a joke. I thought he saw that he lost the coin toss, and then he did the coin toss, and he started rapping, and I was like, oh shit, like he's actually rapping. But I said it as a joke. Like I said whatever I said, heads, and Smack was like it's tails. So I'm like I thought he knew, but I'm like yeah, all right, it's on you as a joke. And I was about to start, and then he just started rapping, and I'm like whoa, what the?
So
So
you were surprised by it then, huh?
I couldn't. I thought that he just wanted to go first to be like, look, I could even beat Charron if I go first. So that's what I thought that happened in the moment. So when he did that, I'm like, okay, I don't want to start off rebuttaling right away because then people will say Charron only won because he got a chance to do the rebuttal. So I'm like, I'll throw in like a rebuttal or two at the end just because I felt like people would be like, oh, Charron only won because he started off with rebuttals and got the momentum.
Do you think things would have went differently if Danny would have won? If you would have went first and Danny would have went second?
Yeah, because he probably would have had some rebuttals, and then I wouldn't have had that crazy space rebuttal at the end.
Now, one thing that I was disappointed from you was the battle against JC. You didn't rebuttal in your second round, man. Like, people were like, "Wow, I wonder why he didn't rebuttal in the second round," because we're so used to seeing Sharon rebuttaling in the second round. Why was that?
So my whole career, I don't really rebuttal the race angle. I think I've done it
Ah.
like the way. So I've done some rebuttals on the race angle. I did it against K Shine. I did it against a couple people, and I'm cool with people using the race angle because it's just something obvious that you're going to use. But for me, I just felt like I've done you know, over 100 battles, and probably, I'd say in 50 of them, I've got hit with the race angle, and like, I don't really have any more race rebuttals left. It's just like the same thing over and over, Like, I feel, I feel like, I feel like I've already said my rebuttals for the race angle, and I didn't say it. And then also, it's like when you're a white dude in battle rap and you're getting hit with the race angle and you're in front of a predominantly black crowd, if you do a rebuttal and it backfires, then it's like it's even worse. So I just felt it was best just to like brush it off and keep going. I don't really do the race rebuttals, and you'll notice even like A Ward, who's a good rebuttaler,
Yeah.
he shies away from it too, just because it's kind of too risky.
Okay. All right. All
But I
right.
feel you though. I feel you. I could have done something. I could have.
Yeah, I was surprised though. I was like, damn, he didn't rebuttal, man.
Yeah.
Um, but okay, so um, the last time I seen you, when you were battling Suge on the URL to where we're at in 2022, what's the difference from during that time from where we're at now in the URL?
Well, it's completely different. It's different eras. It was a YouTube era back then. Now it's caffeine era, app era. So they it's just different the way it's presented. There's corporate sponsors. It's it, they have millions of subscribers. It's just completely different these days. I just feel like battle rap has just evolved so much. But in terms of the sport, it's relatively the same. If you're good, you're good. You get booked. If not, you're not.
Okay. Now, I know they just finished up with Kings versus Queens. Was there any talks about you being on Kings versus Queens?
There was talk. So after I battled T Top, I was speaking to the URL about what's next, and they said potentially we want you on Kings vs Queens. They wanted me against First Lady Flames was the first name they brought up, and I was like, okay, like that could be cool. But then I think they booked her against was it Jack Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is makes for a better matchup. You know, there's more of a history and everything. So I didn't get booked for that, but they hit me up to do the Nun Nun battle, and you know, on my contract I had an app battle that I had to fulfill. So I just said, yeah, let's do it. Let's get it over.
Oh, okay. So now let's go to this Nun Nun battle, man. I'm kind of surprised with this matchup because going from JC to to T Top, now we got Nun Nun. Why Nun Nun though?
Yeah, it's not on the trajectory of my past opponents. I agree with you with JC, Danny, T Top, but it's who they wanted to battle, and also people always say that there's this stigma. Oh, Charron's kryptonite is white rappers. He can't be white rappers. So, which I'm like, that's completely not true. I've beaten a bunch of white rappers. I've lost to white rappers, but I've also lost to black rappers, Spanish rappers. Like, I don't understand this stigma. So I'm like, yo, I'll do work against Nun Nun and just show them that there's no kryptonite to my game.
So this is a battle that something that you didn't want.
So Nun Nun's really good. I won't take anything away from Nun Nun. I think he's super talented. I just, he doesn't get a lot of views and looks. A lot of that is politics, I guess, the way he's
Right.
branded and marketed. I think he's dope. I think he's dangerous. I took him just as serious as I took the other three opponents I've battled on URL, and I think he's talented, but it's still a little bit of a step below. But
Okay.
it is what it is. I just battle who they put in front of me, and I know if I do what I'm supposed to do, it's gonna be a crazy next opponent on URL.
Okay, so you're gonna be in North Carolina at Nun Nun's home, man. You feel like he has an advantage over you right now with the crowd gonna be behind him because some people do actually have you losing. Obviously, I don't. But what's your thoughts on that with being at his hometown?
He definitely has home field advantage. That's a real thing. Anyone that knows battle rap knows when you battle at home, you have an advantage. It's just you're more comfortable. You didn't have to travel as far. Your home field fans are there. Like people always support their country in sports. They support their home team. It's just the way it is. So he's definitely gonna get a lot more reaction than he would in where we're supposed. I accepted the battle, and we're supposed to battle in Virginia when I signed the contract, and then I,
Oh,
I didn't even find out till like maybe a week or two ago that it was in North Carolina.
okay.
So I still would have taken the battle, but I probably would have prepared a bit different. I prepared pretty early for this, so it is what it is. Like it doesn't matter to me if my bars are better. It doesn't matter where they put the battle. I should still win.
Yeah, because you throughout your career, you've traveled away a lot and you've been very successful at it. So I don't think it m- will be a factor, but especially a battle rapper being at their hometown, I think the energy may be different. Um,
Hmm.
I'm not even gonna ask you if what's gonna happen if you win the coin toss. So
I'll I'll pick him to go first, and even if I lose, I'll point at him and tell him It's on you.
So do you have rebuttals planned, or is just depending on what you hear that night from him?
It's all depending on what I hear that night. I don't plan rebuttals. I plan like in my written rounds. I figure he'll probably say this, so I'll play some defense and touch on some things that pause. Thinking that they'll touch on. So like I have some defensive writing, but I don't pass it off as a flip. But I also I don't like using flips as a crutch. I hate when people say like, "Oh yeah, 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 Charron, you're battling him. Oh, you got to watch out for the rebuttals." But like, I don't feel like I need rebuttals to win. I feel like my punchlines, my haymakers, like I just know how to work a crowd, and I'm so dangerous with my written material that
Hmm.
the flips is just like icing on top. So like, when I was younger and hungrier and like to prove things, sometimes I'm like, oh, I have to do three rebuttals around and this, and now I'm just like, if my flip isn't as good as my written material, even if I have a flip, I'm not gonna do it. Like I only want to do a flip if I think it's just as good or better than the material I have. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. Well, it is an app event. I hope, I will be rooting for you. I got you
Thank you.
winning this battle, but what happens after Nun Nun? Because I know you said he's not on your radar. So who is on your radar?
That's a good question. I didn't really fully think of that. I have a prepared answer, but just whoever's at the top of the game right now, I definitely would like Surf Battle, Chess, Calico, Goods, Hollow. Just anyone, just anyone that's a big name. Any battle where people think I'd be the underdog, ill will, just it don't matter. Anyone, I definitely want to battle Diz, but that's not really a URL battle.
I would like to see that. Um, GTX, man, you gonna be on the next GTX card?
I don't know about the next one, but I spoke to Lush and Diz, and we're definitely gonna work something out. I'll be on there this year, whether it's the next one or the one after. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Definitely looking forward to that. Also now, Midnight Madness, man. How did it come apart? You being part of Shotgun Shug's team.
I don't really even know much about Midnight Madness, I'll be honest. It's just like one day everyone was hitting me up like, yo, whose team are you on for Midnight Madness? I'm like, yo, what the hell is Midnight Madness? Like, oh, it's Sue Surf's new league, and everyone's like, yo, I want you on my team. And I just was like, oh, this is gonna be a fucking big event. Maybe it's happening soon. I'm like, how do you be a part of this? Like, oh, you have to be on someone's team. And I was just like, okay, cool. And few people hit me up. Shug hit me up, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool because my first battle was against Shug. I was like, I'll join Shug's team, I guess. But I still don't really know what's going on with Midnight Madness. I have no idea.
Basically, it's money on the floor. Winner takes the money, and it's just a different type of vibe and feel and setting, kind of like the old Fight Club days.
Yeah,
Would you battle anybody on Midnight Madness, man? Like in that type of setting?
yeah. I
Money.
battle I battle Mike P because he called me out.
Oh, okay, Mike P. All right, man. We haven't seen Mike P in a while. Oh, well, actually,
I
he's
think he's
gonna.
battling Chilla Jones, right?
Yeah, yeah, he's gonna be. He actually will be on the LA card, man. So that's what's next for him. So going back to Civil War once again, man. I know this is you're probably gonna hear this question throughout the week when you're battling. What's some what's some advantages do you feel like you have over Nun Nun?
I feel like I have better haymakers and better crowd control than Nun Nun. I feel like he's got better delivery and like authenticity feel to him. So I think we have one ups on each other for certain aspects. But Also, I just feel that there is something called like the veteran feel. Like I've done this many times, many stages, and this is probably, I would say, his biggest 3 round battle. I know Rum Nitty's a bigger opponent, but that was a
Yeah.
one. I was a 1 rounder, and that was like we had like 5 7 days notice, so like it wasn't that much pressure because no one expected much. But I would probably say this is Nun's biggest battle of his career.
Okay. All right. And
So
what's
he's
that?
he's gonna be like he has more to prove. Like he definitely has more to prove. He like I'm supposed to win. I'm favored, so I have more to lose because if it's close, people are like, oh, Nun made it close, so Nun won. You know,
Okay. And what's your response for the people out there that have you losing that battle? Because there's a lot of people that have you losing. So what's your response to them?
I don't really have a response because I respect Nun and I know he's a threat. And I'm not gonna be one of those people. I'm not here just gonna talk shit. Gonna say Nun's trash. I'm gonna body him. Nun's very good, and what it takes to. He has what it takes to beat me, but I'm gonna make sure it doesn't happen.
Okay, all right, I like that, man. And obviously, what's the outcome gonna be in this battle, man? 2-1, 3-0, classic.
I don't make predictions because I know what. So I know what I'm gonna do. I know that everyone is gonna be like, "Yo, Sharon went the fuck off. Sharon killed it." I don't know what Nun's gonna do, so I can't make predictions. Maybe Nun shit will be better. Maybe it will be worse. All I know is like the material I have is definitely on par with anything else I've said this year. It may even be my best shit. So
Okay, okay. Okay, one last question. Civil War main event, man. Who you got? Surf or Tez?
it's funny because it's a similar type answer. So Surf definitely has a lot more to lose. If Cortez makes it close, Cortez probably wins. If it's close, people are expecting Surf to smoke him. I think Surf will win. I think there's a big crowd here. Surf is amazing in front of crowds. Cortez, I feel, is an amazing rapper and would have won this battle in a quiet room setting, like a small room setting. I feel like he would have beat Surf, like how Lux and Surf was. I would actually have Cortez winning. But in front of the people, big crowd, I got Surf winning this battle. But
Okay,
I don't have it at 3-0. I say a clear 2-1 for Surf. No body, but Surf will Surf will win in my opinion.
okay. So I played this game with everybody. It's like a one-word answer. I'll bring something up, and you tell me what's the first thing that pops to your head when I say it. So you ready?
Sure. What does it have to be one word or could it be a sentence or
I mean, it can't be, but just the first thing that pops up.
okay.
All right. So the first thing we gonna bring up is Canada.
Hockey,
Okay, battle rap.
king of the dot,
Um,
because that's where I started.
okay. And then last but not least, Sharon.
Smack killer.
Okay, okay. You still hold that title still. Okay, I like that. All right, man. I want to thank you really quick, man, for coming on the show, man, and best of luck to you, man, and definitely grateful to have you on here to do this interview with you really quick. But with that being said, man, go ahead and give your shout outs really quick.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to my homie. Actually, this is his brand I'm rocking. It's Shrugging Doctor. It's a winery in Canada, so check him out. And yeah, check out Sharon Nun Civil War. It's happening this weekend. It's App Gang, so make sure you have the app. And then I actually have my first album I'm putting out in 8 years. Uh,
Wow.
yeah. It's a collab album. I have a rap group called Left Lane, so it's me and my homie Swisha T putting out a project in shit. It's already done, so I don't know, either June or July. So definitely be on the lookout for that.
Okay, man. Look out for Sharon's new music coming out, man, and best of luck to you the battles and throughout the rest of the year, man. But with that being said, man, this has been MBS Uncensored, man, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace out.
All right, man.